By the end of this chapter, you'll be able to easily participate in a conversation like this.
Hola, ¿cómo está usted?
Buenos días. Estoy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted?
Estoy bien también, gracias.
Bueno, que tenga un buen día.
Igualmente, adiós.
Now, let's learn hello. Ready?
Hola.
Now you try.
Hola. Hola.
Did you notice that although
Hola.
starts with the letter H, it is not pronounced? The letter H is always silent in Spanish. How do you say hello?
Hola. Hola.
This is how you say good morning.
Buenos días. Días. Buenos. Buenos días.
How do you say good morning?
Buenos días.
How do you say good morning?
Buenos días.
Use your critical thinking skills. Try to figure out how to say hello, good morning.
Hola, buenos días.
Try this one,
Buenas tardes.
which means good afternoon. Did you notice that good morning is,
Buenos días.
but good afternoon is?
Buenas tardes.
This is because in Spanish, every noun has either a masculine or feminine gender, and the adjective has to reflect this gender. You'll learn more about this later in this chapter. Good afternoon
Buenas tardes.
is used from 12 p.m. all the way until around 7 p.m. Try to say, good afternoon.
Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes.
Do you remember how to say, hello, good morning?
Hola, buenos días.
Try to say, good afternoon.
Buenas tardes.
All right, let's learn how to say, good night. Listen closely and repeat.
Buenas noches. Buenas noches.
In Spanish,
Buenas noches.
can be used as both a greeting and a farewell. In most Spanish-speaking countries, when entering a home, it is customary to greet everyone in the room by shaking his or her hand when you enter. It is also customary for two women, or a man and a woman who know each other well, to kiss on the cheek. Now try and say, good night.
Buenas noches. Buenas noches.
How do you say, hello, good morning?
Hola, buenos días.
Isn't this easy? Now say, good afternoon.
Buenas tardes.
Try to say, good night.
Buenas noches.
How do you say,
Hola.
okay, now try to say, good morning.
Buenos días.
When speaking in a formal context, use
¿Cómo está usted?
to say, how are you?
¿Cómo está usted? Usted.
Listen to the way you would say, how.
¿Cómo?
Now you try. Say,
¿Cómo?
how do you say to be?
Estar.
There's a formal way to say, you are. What is it?
Está.
When the situation is formal, use
Usted.
to say, you.
Usted.
In a formal setting, how would you say, you?
Usted.
What's the way to say, how?
¿Cómo?
Do you remember how to say, to be?
Estar.
There's a formal way to say, you are. What is it?
Está.
In a formal setting, how would you say, you?
Usted.
Now, use what you've just learned and say, how are you? As if you were in a formal setting.
¿Cómo está usted?
Now, try your best to figure out how to formally say, hello, how are you?
Hola. ¿Cómo está usted? Hola. ¿Cómo está usted?
In an informal setting, you would say,
Estás. Estás.
notice that the formal way to say you are
Está.
becomes
Estás.
when used informally. Let's see if you remember the informal way to say, you are.
Estás.
The informal translation of you is
Tú. Tú.
in Spanish, the use of pronouns is not necessary when the person whom you are speaking about is easily understood from context. This is because in Spanish, the verb endings change to indicate the person being referred to. It's not always necessary to use the informal you,
Tú.
because it is reflected in the verb ending. But the formal form of you
Usted.
is often used. This is because it is not totally obvious from the form of the verb whom the speaker is referring to.
Está.
Is used for
Usted.
you, formal,
Él.
he, and
Ella.
she. This is something that happens with all the verbs in Spanish. Keep in mind that these three persons will always have the same form of the verb, just like in English when we say he is, she is, and it is. What's the informal way to say you?
Tú.